Hello everyone, today's topic is oxidation 3. Okay, so in this I'll be dealing with the manganese oxidant and manganese 7 oxidation state with that oxidants. So here moving on to manganese oxidant, what happens here is so in this we have to study the potassium permanganate. By taking the potassium permanganate, one of the oxidant, and for the manganese we are dealing with this reaction, certain reactions. Okay, so you have heard about potassium permanganate, right? So if you will see the structure, you can see here MnO4 minus K plus. All right, so here for the potassium permanganate, it is a syn hydroxylating agent. It is having the oxidation products which will be based on the nature of the reactions, like whether it is an acidic condition, basic, or it is a neutral condition. So we'll see what is an acidic, what is basic, and then what is the neutral medium. Okay, so we are taking the MnO4 minus, we are doing the reduction reactions over here. So if we are taking MnO4 minus plus 5 electrons and then 8H plus, we'll get back Mn2 plus, where there is a gain of the electrons, right? Losing of 5 electrons, you will result in Mn2 plus, and then in the basic medium, if you will take MnO4 minus plus electron, you will result in MnO4 2 minus. And in the neutral medium, if we will take MnO4 minus plus 4H plus 3 electrons, you will end up with the 7 to 4th oxidation state of your manganese is MnO2 plus 2H2O. Then moving on to next slide. In the acidic or the neutral medium, the over oxidation products will be obtained. Like if we will take the alcohols, like primary alcohols, will end up with the carboxylic acid if it is the over oxidation product. Okay, so if it is the basic medium, at that time what happens, you'll end up with the 1,2-diols. Okay, over oxidation product is negligible over here. And then in the oxidation character of KMnO4, if we will go through this one, like acidic is more than and greater than the neutral is greater than the basic. Okay, so moving on to application part. So in this application, we'll move on to the reaction. That is, the first application is oxidation of alcohols into carbonyl compounds. In the beginning of reactions like oxidations 1 and 2, I have taught you some of the oxidation reactions in which the primary alcohols were converting into carboxylic acid. Same thing here also, primary alcohols upon treatment with the KMnO4, first aldehydes, it will oxidize it to aldehyde, and again if we will do the oxidation, that is your over oxidation, end up with the product of an carboxylic acid. So if we are taking the secondary alcohol and then if we are treating it with the KMnO4, in presence of KMnO4, ketones are obtained. Okay, and in the mechanism, let's move on to mechanism. I'll be dealing with this secondary alcohols. Okay, so if we are taking the secondary alcohol upon treatment with the KMnO4, okay, so what happens here is MnO4 minus, right? The oxygen which is having a lone pair of electron will go and attack to the manganese. Once it goes and attacks, the bond which is present between the manganese and oxygen, the double bond, right? One of the bond shifts and it will turn it to the negative charge, and there is a gain of the positive charge over here because the oxygen is having the 3 bonds attached over here. Once it is forming the manganese, one bond with the manganese, at that time it is having 3 bonds, right? So here it will gain a positive charge, and then there is an intramolecular reaction. The oxygen which is having a negative charge will again abstract the proton, and this bond will neutralize the positive charge of the oxygen atom. And in moving on to third step, if you will see here, carbon is tetravalent in nature. So if there is nothing, means that is your hydrogen atom will be sitting over there. So you have to open the hydrogen atom, and after that you know that you will end up with this adduct, like OH will be there, and after that what happens, this again the O minus will abstract the proton from here, and then this bond shifts, make a double bond, and there is a cleavage of this moiety, whole moiety, okay, and you will end up with the product as the ketone molecule. Moving on to second application, the oxidation of alkenes to syn-1,2-diols. So when an alkene is treated with the in the presence of the dilute KMnO4 solution, in the aqueous solution, okay, in the presence of an alkali such as NaOH, if we'll add, and it gives 1,2-diol syn, that is your syn fashion, that is cis position, okay. So here if you will see, the KMnO4 is reduced to the, if we will do the analysis part, whenever we'll do the unsaturation test, at the time when we take the compound and then if we'll add the KMnO4, or when the decolorization takes place, when the unsaturation is present, right? If the unsaturation is there, that means decolorization, that means KMnO4 is changing into the MnO2. Purple color will change to brown color. That is the analysis which shows the presence of the double or the triple bond, which this test is also known as the Bayes test, that we have already studied. So moving on to the hydroxylation of the alkenes. So if you will see the alkenes upon treatment with the KMnO4, remember whenever there is the in the presence of the KMnO4 upon treatment with the alkene, what happens here is there is a formation of the syn-1,2-diol. I will show you the mechanism. So moving on to mechanism, we are taking the alkene and we are treating it with the KMnO4, okay, MnO4 minus. So this minus charge will go and attack to the alkene. Meanwhile, this position, the carbon group, when it goes and attacks, it forms one bond, and this bond again shifts and it will form one more bond with the oxygen atom. Meanwhile, this bond will shift. Alright. Sorry, there is no shifting of this bond. Alright. And then you will end up with this adduct, resulting with the formation of one positive charge. Once the positive charge is formed, at that time what happens, this bond is again shifting over here, and then by neutralizing the positive charge of the oxygen atom, and this bond shifts, making it as a negative charge, as O minus. After the formation of the O minus, this minus charge again comes back, makes a double bond, and this bond shifts, make it as a negative charge. After doing that one, you are resulting in this adduct. The O minus, which is having over here, upon treatment with the aqueous solution such as water, if we will take, what happens here, O minus will abstract the proton by the cleavage of the OH minus, okay. So after the cleavage of the OH minus, again this get back as the OH, right? So this OH minus again comes and attacks to the manganese, and this bond shifts, making it as the negative towards your oxygen atom, okay. And after that one, the formation of the negative charge, this bond, this negative charge again comes back, and then this bond shifts, make it as a negative charge, resulting you in the O minus ion over here, and then you will get it here as the MnO3H, okay, HMnO3, and then you will end up with the this adduct. So this is not your final product, right? So again you have to treat it with one more molecule of water. When you treat it with the water, at that time what happens, the O minus will again abstract the proton, and then it is cleaving out the OH minus. Once it gets cleaved out, what happens here is the OH minus hydroxyl group will again abstract the proton from the HMNO3, okay. When this will abstract the proton, and then there will be resulting in the minus charge over here. This one bond shifts, resulting you in the minus charge, that is you will get MnO3 minus, and then cis-1,2-diol, that is your syn-1,2-diol as your product. Then moving on to selective hydroxylation at, here we are showing the sterically less hindered crowd. If the alkene is present, what are the products? Okay, so if we are taking the norbornene upon treatment with the KMnO4 or in presence of benzene as the solvent, you'll end up with this product. And then if we are treating it with the alkenes, okay, that is your if you are treating with the alkenes, again you'll end up with the cis product. All right, and that is this product. And if you are taking the trans precursor, okay, starting material as your trans, here you are taking the cis, you are ending up with the cis product. Here hydroxylation will takes place. All right, the alkene will get hydroxylated. Here also the hydroxylation is taking place. Okay, and then moving on to next, in the third reaction, if you will see, if we are taking the trans alkene in, and then if we are treating it with the potassium permanganate, this will end up with the DL pair of isomers. Okay, and then moving on to next slide, here we are taking the alpha bindene, which you have studied in natural products, right? So if we are treating the alpha bindene in presence of KMnO4 upon treatment with the benzene as a solvent in the crown ether 18 crown 6, if we will treat that time, what happens, this will break. Okay, this bond will break, and here there is a formation of an aldehyde, and here it will oxidize it to carboxylic acid. Here you will end up with the ketones, and here you will end up with the carboxylic acid. That is your cis pinonic acid is formed. And then moving on to, if we are taking the cyclooctaene, at that time what happens upon treatment with this whole of the solvent, that is same thing. In here you are taking the ammonium ion on substituted ammonium ion, and then if we will do the oxidation upon treatment with the KMnO4, what happens, again you are getting the cis diol formation. Okay, so here in the next point, if you will see, KMnO4 is used in the aqueous solution, as you know. If since all the compounds are not soluble in water, because of that insolubility in nature of that KMnO4, or the use of this KMnO4 is reduced. That is limited quantity only we will use for the KMnO4, especially in titrations only we will use. Okay, so therefore here what we will say is PTC like crown ethers are used instead of this. Most probably this PTC are used instead of this KMnO4. Okay, for crown ethers especially. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment box.